So it actually happened.
300. 300 feet compressors in the engine room force air in and water out of the tanks, causing the stern to float literally vertical by the looks of it to the surface.
Yeah, that's for reversing the process. But colour film jukebox.
Lorries like that existed.
Yeah, so was this a French one, was it?
What's this?
Used in Alaska, apparently.
It looks like something out of Thunderbirds.
No, seems to be a real thing.
JCB is a real digger company.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because most of these were of actual things. Skyvan. Yeah, sure, that was an aeroplane company. Telstar. You heard of this? Communications satellite. So it was a real thing.
In the world's the Earth's atmosphere has a type of radio and television satellite stations. I'm not sure if it's something like that.
Yeah, that's right. To relay. You know, that's the way it works to get over the curvature of the Earth. There was a tune, sort of pop tune called Telstar. Have you ever heard it? Da da dee da 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 dee. Anyway, here we are. Mallard.
By Nigel Wesley.
Yeah.
126 miles per hour on it was its speed record on July 3rd, 1938.
Yeah.
He built that as well as the Scotsman, didn't he?
As what? Sorry? Yeah.
I think he also built. Did he also build the Flying Scotsman? Wesley?
Probably.
I can't think.
Yeah. Right.
America's European cars.
This was supposed to be a rocket plane. Over 3,000 miles an hour. BC-10. Bird table. Big Ben.
Yeah, shows the bell. It shows the bells inside Big Ben.
Well, actually, Big Ben actually applies to the bell itself.
Yeah.
It's the Big Ben Tower, if you like, or the...
Tower House of Parliament.
Yeah. Atomic Power Station.
Cool.
The old...
Mail trains.
Yeah.
Hornby made one a couple of years ago. Something like it. Or try and want to see.
Yes, yeah. Oh, this is the...
London's Christmas traffic.
This is the Post Office Railway. You've heard about this, have you?
Oh,
you
is
can
it called the Postal Rail?
Yeah, that's it.
The old mail train underground.
Yeah, so you can visit and have a ride on this train, you know. So.
It's now, I believe, a museum. I think.
Well, yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Quite a good thing to do. You have to book up, you know.
Ever since the COVID's been out, you have to book for everything. You have to book for things literally everywhere now.
Yes, yeah. Lenin.
It's got the shape of the mosquito.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, yes.
So this is like the re-entry vehicle, isn't it?
The
After the moon landing.
like the is that a Saturn V or Apollo 17 rocket? I was looking at the rocket there for a moment. It looks like the and that was part of the module that helped the astronauts.
Yes.
Yeah, this was to help them land back into the sea.
Bluebird, isn't it? Oh no, Napier. Oh, well, that was called Bluebird, wasn't it? They were called Bluebird, I'm sure.
September 1960, Donald Campbell's new jet-engined Bluebird speed 450? Or was that its speed? I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, I'm not sure what it actually is. See, this one, over 300 miles an hour earlier, in 1935.
The DC-3 Dakota, and they were also used during the Second World War.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
There was a big aerial. There was a big aerial drop. I think the Americans used them to into the Netherlands to, what's that bridge called? It was
Remagen, was it?
There was a film about it called The Bridge Too Far.
Yes, Yeah.
And they were sent there to. I'm not quite sure how it went, but either to take back control of the area.
Yes.
I'm not quite sure how that went, but I know they used Dakotas to get into that place to
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
tackle the Germans. Yeah, I mean they were the Metropolitan. They were chrome one time.
Well, just aluminium.
Aluminium, silver.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, these are the.
You have one like this
Yes, and these
as a kit.
they're unequal wheels. You've got a large wheel and a small one on the same bogey.
It was the trolley buses that took over the trams,
Yes, that's right.
and they gave the shape of the London route master. They must have got the idea of the shape of the route master from the trolley bus, because it's very similar to the back door and the curl step at the back.
Well, yes, except the route master's got a sort of open bit here, isn't it? It's not.
That's the only difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
But these were very quiet, amazingly quiet, you know. And
Some used to run through Croydon.
oh, they went lots of places. I mean, the only problem was, I mean, if something was blocking their way, I mean, they could only do so much to get around it, you know. Anyway.
Cool. Inside the kitchens of the Express of Canada.
Impress, yeah. I suppose it was sort of tour
Impress.
ship, I suppose. I don't know. Anyway. Now what's this on? A Western, is it?
What class of diesel is that?
Well, they, I think these are either called the Westerns or something like that. I can't remember now.
No.
Oil refining. Yeah, I don't think they were used in London really, were they, these things?
Leyland, are they Leyland buses?
Oh yeah, I think so, yeah. Oh, Atlantean it's called. Anyway. Motorways.
Motorways probably didn't come into play in the world to I reckon they didn't come into the world to at least late 50s.
Yeah, probably something like that, yeah.
Motorways haven't been around for long. Only just over 20 years, but no. I couldn't say how long. Oh, sub. Could remain submerged for about remain merged for about 20 hours. running with electric motors. Then it has to come to the surface to comes to resurface again to recharge the batteries inside from the engine room. Clever what they thought of.
Vertical takeoff airliner. I don't think we've seen any of those, have we?
No, but there's something very similar that the military used. It's like that, but a lot smaller.
Yes.
But the whole wing doesn't do that. It's just the propellers.
Just the motors, isn't it?
They turn into a helicopter.
Yeah. Would they turn on?
A mobile dental clinic truck. Never seen one of those. The nearest thing I've seen to that is an ambulance.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
Oh, there is such a thing as a swing bridge in the world. I think it's in America, I think.
I think they've got them in this country as well in places.
Total
I
length.
know there's one in Whitby, not... it's only a short one. See, look at this. That's what you needed then for a camera out of doors.
Old BBC live TV cameras.
Yeah.
And that's what the Queen rides in sometimes.
Yeah, that's right.
Royal stagecoach. Something like it's not quite a stagecoach.
Stagecoach.
Something very similar.
Yes, yeah.
It's just a version made for the Queen, for the royal family. And sometimes you do see her, sometimes in one of those, at Buckingham Palace or Windsor.
Yeah, it's only those big occasions, the coronations or...
That you see her in those.
She doesn't do much of that now.
And they're probably worth well over their thousands, those royal family coaches.
Priceless.
At least. Probably are. Yeah. That was a threat to submarines during the Second World War as well. Echo sounds.
Yes, yeah.
The bottom of the ship, coil, waterproof cable box, the wheelhouse, and the placing of ship. And it goes into the, so it goes through there and it goes into the box and where the guy listens to it in his earsets.
We see the way kind of things now.
Yeah, you do see earth graders and that.
Potato harvester.
Tractors have gotten bigger over the years. Sometimes farmers have big, huge tractors now.
Yes, especially for, cutting grain, cutting corn and stuff, aren't they? Whole thing in one. Yeah, loco testing, so running on rollers.
Southern Railway Senior from the Unlucky, they had that bankruptcy sale. And he's called it Nelic because it's the elephant name. But I looked at the number on it and it's not.
And this one shows signal rodding from the signal box
Yeah.
to the points.
That isn't
and also the light systems.
It's of the right time. Yeah. So I think I'll just.
Yes, I mean these will all be cables, won't they? The lights.
Because they also do breakfast.
Colliery, coal mine. You got underground railways there.
There used to be some collieries around England, but I don't think there's any around there, is there? Collieries
Well,
or plants?
there's about one working one left, I think. You know, it's quite an interesting thing, isn't it? Hydrofin.
Something like that doesn't definitely doesn't exist. But apart from a hovercraft hovercrafts use propellers like that. Hovercraft is near the they use hovercrafts to the Isle of Wight.
Yeah, well,
To
hovercraft
Iperia.
used to have this skirt in it, which was pumped up with compressed air, wasn't it? Airship.
Demolish one of your buildings.
They did use airships before. I think at least before the Second World War broke out, but
Oh, yeah, they had them in the First World War.
as well.
Germans were sending airships over the air.
Because I do know that there was an airship called the Hindenburg, and it had an unfortunate accident. Before it came back onto the ground, something blew it in its air system somewhere, and caused the thing to set on fire.
Well, of course, I mean, they were inflated with hydrogen in those days.
Like hydrogen gas
Yeah,
cylinders inside in there,
yeah.
which would have been, I would say, probably would have been quite dangerous if you weren't careful.
And this one is.
Actually, I think it does. Because when they did the astronauts,
It used to go down the high street, and now they can't.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then for a while they sent them down Tamworth Road.
Oh, this is hydrogen as well.
Because they try and follow the old dates on things. But I don't know. They send them down Wilson Road and stuff now.
They were an American or Canadian guy took the wrong turning.
Oh, I see. The hydrogen is in there, and these are filled with air. But as it gets higher, the hydrogen wants to expand, and what they do, they let it force the air out rather than losing hydrogen. That's amazing. But I mean,
Only a genius thought of that.
yeah. Ah, here we are. Flights are fancy here. Atomic Airliner.
Yeah, they did. They did scan up atomic engines for atomic powered jet, but then the health and safety Nazis came along, and the weight of the containment that would have to add to make it safe No, that's never going to work. So that was the end of that. But yes, if you didn't bother with a
I mean, imagine,
with a secondary or tertiary containment,
imagine crashing when you're the front, you know, and you've got a nuclear power point coming on top of you.
well, that's why you wanted a nice beefy containment vessel for it. You know, you needed to make it out of black box. That's kind of what knackered it, because it would be so big and heavy.
Yeah. Oh.
Flying on board, were you well aware there's a nuclear device flying it? I wouldn't like to think of flying on that thing.
Yeah, gosh. Anyway.
Genie's okay if you keep it in the bottle. It was the size of the bottle that was the problem. Oh, is this tube here with this colour?
Tube, yes, tube.
Seems to sort of like not have any buildings anymore.
No, well, they've all been packed up in those huge boxes underneath.